back to the clinic. How are you doing today? I've been sleeping and eating, drinking plenty of water, staying hydrated. Yeah, it's super important. And what about any chores you have to do? Taking medication on time, setting the alarms, anything like that? Okay. Well, today we're going to be doing an eyes closed instruction session. So, as always, I'm inviting you now to sit back, relax, and close your eyes. Today's session is going to be entirely about asking you miscellaneous questions, like I have done in other sessions with you. So there will be no word association or maths or anything like that today. It will just be asking you a series of questions. Okay, so we'll get started straight away with some easy ones. Can you name me one thing, one object that is red? Anything you like. Good. Can you name me something that is green? Okay. Something that is blue. Okay. What about something that is yellow? Okay. Could you name me something that is purple? Okay. What about something that is brown? Okay. What about something that is pink? Can you name me something that is pink? Okay. Can you name me something that is white? Okay. Can you name me something that is black? Okay. And can you name me something that is multicolored? Something that has many different colors? Okay. Fantastic. Well done. Now I'm going to ask you to name more than one thing of a certain category. Can you name me 3 different things that you might find in a bedroom? 3 different things that you might find in a bedroom. 3 different items you might find in a bedroom. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Good. Can you name me 3 things you might find in a kitchen? Yeah. Okay. Can you name me 3 different things that you might find in a garden? 3 different things you might find in a garden. Okay. Now, can you name me 3 different sweet treats? 3 different desserts, 3 different sweet treats. For example, ice cream. Okay, good. And can you name me 3 savory treats? Like cheese, for example. Okay. Can you name me 3 items of food that are sweet? They don't have to be desserts, just 3 items of food that are sweet. Okay. Can you name me 3 types of food that are sour? 3 types of food that are savory? Okay. And what about bitter? Can you name 3 types of food that are bitter or a bit unpleasant? Okay. Can you name 3 drinks that are sweet? Okay. Can you name me 3 different cold drinks? Cold drinks only. 3 different cold drinks. Okay. Can you name me 5 different hot drinks? Can you name me 5 different hot drinks? No cold ones. Just hot drinks. Okay. Good. Can you name me 5 different fruit? 5 different types of fruit. Can you name me 5 different types of fruit? Okay, good. Can you name me 5 more types of fruit that are not the ones that you have already said? Okay. Good. And I'm really going to challenge you here. Can you name 5 more fruit that are not the 10 that you have already said? For a total of 15 different fruits. Okay. Fantastic. Well done. Now let's see if you can do the same with countries. Can you name me 5 different countries? 5 different countries. Anyone you like. Just 5 of them. Okay. The first 5 should be quite easy. Yeah, notice I said the first 5. Of course, yeah. Brilliant. Okay. Can you now name 5 more? Can you name 5 more countries that are not the ones you have already said? Okay, good. Good. Fantastic. Okay. I'll give you a few more seconds for this one. Yeah, okay. And can you name 5 more countries for a total of 15? I'll give you a few seconds to think about this one. There's no rush, there's no obligation to get every single one. Just try and think as many as you can. Fantastic. Well done. And now, while we're on the topic of countries, if you could visit any country you like, where would you go? There are no restrictions, no price to go, no travel time. If you could just go to a country, anywhere in the world, for as long as you like, for any reason, where would you go, and why would you go there? Okay. That's a good choice. Yeah. What do you think you would do while you were there? Do you think you'd try and get to know people? Do you think you'd do a bit of sightseeing? Do you think you'd take up a hobby that's maybe specific to that country? Interesting. Yeah. Okay, and what's your favourite colour? What's your favourite colour? Your favourite colour? Okay, good. Yeah. And what about your favourite animal? Do you have a favourite animal? Okay. And what about your favourite thing to do? Whether it's a hobby or just something that you like doing. Anything really. What is your favourite thing to do? Is it sleeping? Is it eating? Or is it something a bit more obscure like crocheting? Or collecting crystals? Or gardening? Or skiing? Some sort of sport? Yeah. Okay. And why do you like doing this? What's your favourite thing about it? Yeah. And what got you into this? When did you first discover that you liked this thing? That is assuming it isn't sleeping or eating, in which case I suppose it's a given that you were just born with the natural urge to do those things. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah. And what is your favourite instruction or task that you have done here at the clinic? I've done quite a few different things over the years. Do you have a favourite? Okay. Yeah, solid choice. And why is that? What about that do you find the most pleasant? Is it just relaxing? Does it engage your brain a little bit more? Or is there a more of a deeper reason for why you like that one specifically? Okay. Yeah, you're right. I probably should be taking notes of this, but it's fine. You know that these sessions are always recorded, and you are sent a link to the video after the session, so I'll be able to rewatch this back and make notes afterwards. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah. And what would you say your least favourite instruction or test has been here at the clinic? If, of course, there is one that you don't like, it's always good to know. And if there are none that you don't like, I suppose you could just provide me with the one that you like the least, rather than the one that you dislike. Okay. Good. And how are you enjoying this session today so far? Just me and you sitting here, having a chat, answering some questions. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's always nice to see you. It's really great to have you here at the clinic so much. You really are probably our finest VIP member. Yeah. Yeah, we do really appreciate your constant support. Yeah. Alright, well, let's get back to some more random questions. Do you have a favourite number? Okay, good. Can you name me 3 things that are red, starting with the first letter of your name? Now this might be a little bit more difficult, so don't panic, don't feel obliged to really push the boat out and try and get all of these. But if you can, that would be excellent. Okay. Can you name me 3 different things that are green, starting with the last letter of your name. Yeah, I'll give you a few seconds for this. Okay. Yeah, I think I would probably struggle with doing these, so you're doing a really, really good job. Absolutely brilliant. And how many letters are in your name? Your first name, how many letters does it have? How many letters does your first name have? Good. And what about your last name? How many letters does your last name have? Okay. And if you have any middle names, what are the combined amount of letters in those names? So your middle name or middle names, if you have any. Okay. And what day were you born? The date, the number. What is the date of your birth? Okay. Do you know what day that was? Do you know what day that you were born? Whether it was a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday? I was born, I believe, on a Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. Can you name me a food that is traditionally associated with the country of France? Okay. And what about Italy? Can you do the same for Italy? Good. What about Spain? Can you do the same for Spain? Okay. Yeah. What about India? Can you do the same for India? Okay. What about China? Okay. What about Japan? What about Japan? Okay. What about Greece? What about Greece? Okay. And what about England? What about England? What about England? England. Okay. Good. Well done. Fantastic. Can you name me 5 different things that live in the ocean? 5 different things that live in the ocean. Okay. Good. Can you name me 3 different things that you might see in the sky? If you were to look up in the sky, 3 different things that you might see. This one should be quite easy. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. What about 3 different things that you might bring on a picnic? What about 3 different things you might bring on a picnic? Okay. Yeah. Can you name 5 different things? Can you name 5 different things that you might find in a library? 5 different things you might find in a library. Okay. Good. Okay. And bonus points if all of your 5 did not include a book. Okay. Can you name 5 different things that produce noise? 5 different things that emit a sound. Yeah. The noisy birds in the background. That's probably one of them. Yeah. Okay, good. Can you name me 5 things that emit light? 5 things that glow or produce a light. 5 different things that glow or emit a light. Good. Okay. And can you pick 2 of the 4 seasons? Okay. I picked summer and winter, so yeah, okay. Can you name 5 months of the year? 5 different months of the year. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And can you name 3 different holidays from within the year? Okay. Good. Can you name another 2? Can you name another 2? For a total of 5. Okay. Good. Okay, wonderful. And lastly, can you name me 5 different musical instruments? Okay. Good. Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming back down to the clinic again today. As always, it's fantastic to see you, and I really hope you've enjoyed today's session. As always, if you have any suggestions for future sessions, or any feedback on this one, then feel free to let me know. And until next time, goodbye.